you, it's time to make some art. I'll be using 5 supplies today, and let's do the math. Here's your math lesson. Here's how I'm counting the supplies. Supply number 1 is tissue paper, plain, patterned, or glittered. Supply number 2 is fluid acrylics. Supply number 3, high flow acrylics. Supply number 4, acrylic ink. And supply number 5 is glitter. I am not counting my adhesives in this 5-minute counting process, but I am using some digital clear ground clear gloss with this. I haven't used this before. I got it as a sample at a conference, and I thought it was time to experiment with that particular one. So those are the supplies I'm using. As always, if you don't have these, use what you have. Have fun, play. Doesn't have to be 5 minutes, doesn't have to be 5 supplies. That's the goal I have set myself in this mini journal. And there's quite a few pages in here. This is the last page. And then tomorrow I'll be doing the back of it before the cover. So check out the other videos in this series to see what else happened in this luscious mini book. And I hope you're playing with some art along with me. My name is Kathleen Arola-Johnson, and I'm here at Creative Solace Studios. So when I'm sticking tissue paper down, one of the paints that just works really well with it is the fluid acrylics. All you need is a dab of it with a dab of water, and it adheres the tissue paper down to the surface that you're working on. It's really a beautiful combination because you can start to see through the tissue paper to build up layers, to have different lights in there. I'm going to go over to some yellow and a smaller brush. Just playing with different colors, different patterns. Not sure if I want to go in the pink direction or this looks like it fits in with the colors that are already there, so I'm going to see how this looks. And I might end up covering over the whole thing so we don't really see the colors anyway, but that's fun because it shows the line drawings through there. And you decide how much you want to let show without color on it and where you want to add the color. I'm almost halfway through our time and I'm ready to add some of this fluid acrylic, although I'm not sure I really need it because I ended up kind of mixing almost this color. Oh no, it's different. Okay. With the other colors, I was going to say I made the color already, but this is more fluorescent. That was the high flow. Now for some acrylic ink. I chose the white because I thought I would be adding a lot of color to this, which I did. And I want to break it up a little bit with this white ink. Now you can either move that around with a brush, you can let it move on its own, or you can tilt the paper to direct it at different angles, or if you want it to flow towards different parts of your paper. Anything that's flowing is beautiful. I'm going to put something under here so it doesn't flow anymore in this direction. I'm going to pause the timer at just over a minute to let this layer dry. Then I'll come in with the glitter on top of that. Moving along, this is dry now, so I would like to add some colors that a couple of the warm colors that wouldn't have mixed quite as nicely, and then finish it off with the glitter. A little bit over a minute left. Let's see how it goes. This one is the high flow in a fluorescent pink. And it's not flowing at all right now. There we go. And then back to some of the fluid acrylic in a magenta. But I do want more water with that. There's the end of our time, and we'll finish it up with a bit of the glitter. Shapes in the glitter, and as long as this has an applicator on it, sometimes I like glitter when it's in random blobs. This one, I'll see what happens if I put this kind of coming down and then the glitter on top of it. But I do have some wet paint in there now, so we'll see if the glitter might stick to that as well. Let's see. I guess I'll let it dry since I ended up putting on that wet paint there. Let it dry and then finish it. And why not? Going back to a bit of this patterned or pictures on the tissue paper. And some more of the fluid acrylic to attach that tissue paper on and just make it more part of the rest of the picture. This is really one of those where it's hard to know when to stop. I am picking up the acrylic ink and brightening up a few spots. All right, I can see getting to the end of this 5-minute journal. I'm getting challenged with doing the 5 minutes. I want to keep going and keep going and keep playing. That's what's fun about art journals, is that you have many options and many layers, many materials. I'm going for another drawing with this so I can brush off some of that glitter. All right, let's do the reveal and see how this glitter looks after brushing the excess off, which turns out to be not much. It's looking exactly like it did before. Yay. Okay, loving the glitter. Gosh, I just really am not done, because now I am looking at this rose. And I'm going to try not to worry about the time that was happening and the time that went by, and just doing what I feel like in this one, because I'm liking these pretty colors. I'm wanting to accent this rose a little bit more with the ink. As always, thank you for joining me and coming along this journey in my mini art journal, and check out the other things that I have to offer here at Creative Solace Studios.